Okay, Michelle Tay Boykhorst asks, how does a new wife come into the family? Do you have a meeting? How does it happen?
Well, it doesn't happen anymore.
Amen, sister.
I've never been a part of the process, so I'm going to let you guys take over.
It's
How does it
never
happen,
been a
Rob?
meeting.
How did it happen?
It's never been a meeting. It's been different. Like for Rhonda, we all said, Brady, hey, Rhonda likes you.
Obvious.
It's very obvious, and which was good because he really didn't want to take a clue.
Yeah. The process, every family's different, right? But essentially, the husband, the prospective husband goes and gets permission to court or date a girl. After, for us, he gets permission from his wives to ask for that girl, right? To permission to date that girl and court that girl. And then every step of the way, it takes the approval of all the previous spouses for a new spouse to come in. That's certainly the way it should be.
Joe Brewer asks, is your family complete or will there be any more wives or babies?
No more wives. Not.
I still think that you don't know the answer to that one.
Okay, well, I don't see us ever getting another wife. Rhonda does. Maybe.
No, I'm just saying I don't think you could totally rule that out. I don't think you should never say never. Thank you,
Yeah,
James
you're
Bond. And more babies. Maybe. This one's pretty darn cute.
We certainly wouldn't mind if that was the last one. She's pretty cute.
I did say never say never.
But we'll see. Never say never.
Gemma Louise Vanswick asks, with each wife, before knowing he wanted to make a commitment to each of them, did he have to get the approval of other wives as to whether they were happy for that wife to join the family?
Yeah, I think that's just restating what we said before, that absolutely you need to get the permission of the previous wives first.
Monique Malaste asks, what is the lady's secret in sharing a man? It's something I can't and admire you for doing so. Big hug.
What's your secret?
Being raised to be a polygamist.
No, because
Sister
there's a lot of
wives and
people
friends.
raised that don't do well.
That's true. I think I just really lucked out. I really feel like I did. I just have really sweet sister wives that want to be my friends, and I just feel really lucky because I think it would break my heart if I had one that didn't. So.
Keep contributing. I want 5 sets of secrets.
I think that love, because I love my sister wives and Brady, and you always want what's best for those that you love.
That's what I was going to say. It takes everybody being committed to everybody. And when you want something more, because I feel like when you love someone, you want something more for them than you want for yourself. And so you want them to be happy, you want them to be taken care of, and that makes it a lot easier to share a husband. And plus you get a really good man in the process, at least we did. And I think the secret is just truly loving and putting others before yourself.
And then when you have everybody doing that,
Right.
it makes a really unified family, so, where everybody's thought of.
Okay. Trina Bowles asks, when you are out in public with one of your wives, do people stare or approach you?
Oh, not before the show.
Yeah, before the show, not so much, but we've had our fair share of that since we've become public figures. Yeah.
Okay. Trina Bowles also asks a question for Rhonda. Have you been to any of your class reunions? Our class reunions.
I was going to say, hi Trina, I know who you are. I just whispered Rosemary, I went to school with her. I went to the 25-year class reunion. I did, and it was a lot of fun. I have to say the group that I graduated with, my class, was awesome. Loved them.
Okay. Hossein asks, what similarities do you see between different Islamic faiths and your previous religion?
Mm. Well, so as far, in reference to the question of Islamic faiths, I would say that there's similarities in that Islamic faiths sometimes are fundamentalist, and we came from a Mormon fundamentalist religion, so it has that in common. And you can look up the tenets of what fundamentalism is, but it's essentially that you hope for and work for and adhere to the fundamentals of a faith going back, meaning you don't believe in change or progress of that religion, right? It's holding on to the origins of the faith, being very strict and many times literal in the belief of your canonized text over your scriptures. And so the faith that we came from definitely held to those tenets, just like a lot of Islamic faiths do too. Islam also, some of the more obvious things, Islam believes that you can have 4 wives. We believe that you can have multiple wives, or our previous faith did, right? So there's some of those things.
Maybe even some of the patriarchy.
Yeah, good point. So, and what is very similar and held to almost all fundamentalists. In fact, there might be, but I don't know of any fundamentalist faith or ideology that doesn't hold to patriarchal privilege, meaning that men are superior to women and women are subject to men, which we want to stay and put on record. We, as a family, do not believe that anymore at all, even though we used to be part of a religion that does. Right?
Okay, secondly, do you think that the religion in general is ineffective, or do you think that the different interpretations made by various people is what messes up the dynamic? By the way, if you had not raised your children by those guidelines presented in your religion, you couldn't have raised such wonderful, modest children.
Okay. Do you guys want to handle this, or do you want me to?
They don't think we would have had? Okay, go ahead.
So there's a lot of working parts in that question. And who is it?
Hossein, I think.
Hossein, Hosein. Good question, deep question. Essentially, it's is there a problem with? Do we see a problem with the religion because we left it, or was it the people living the religion? And if we hadn't ever had that religion, would we have been able to have the nice, modest children that we have today? I believe that that there is a problem with the religion we were part of. And now I'm not necessarily speaking for everybody, because everybody sitting here on these couches might have a little bit different view, but I think I reflect it pretty well in that there are some tenets of the faith that we some key core tenets of the faith that we do not believe in, that we believe were detrimental to the family, enough so that we decided to make changes to bring our family out of that religion. We talked about it a little bit already. The patriarchy is just not right. Male privilege just isn't right. The man is not more important than the woman. Some of the gender roles that we find so hard and fast aren't so hard and fast anymore. That's not to say that we don't find value in gender. There's some other things, bigotry and homophobia, bigotry toward race or gender, sexual preference. We just don't We just don't stand by that. So as far as the people in it, you know what? There's bad people everywhere. There's bad people in every ideology, and we did not leave the religion because of the people that were there or the mistakes that they had made. And as far as keeping, could we have raised our children just as well? Absolutely. In fact, we're raising them better because we've held on to all that is good and we've let go of the things that aren't. So I like to call it incorporate and transcend. You incorporate everything that's good at the level that you're at, and as you progress through life, you transcend to the next level. And so we incorporated all that's good in raising children, and then we transcend. So that's a big mouthful.
Yeah, I don't know if this is what he's getting at, but we probably wouldn't have the family we have without the religion because we all would not have married Brady. So I feel like the religion was very important to us in that way, to having the family we have now.
Yeah, gave us the base, right? It's just that some of the things we don't like, and we got rid of those, but we kept all the things that are good. And I think those things are raising a lot of our children that haven't had the religion for 10 years now. So. Okay, I just got the thumbs up. That's all the questions. I'm really grateful that you guys asked them. I hope this has been informative for you. We will have another question and answer, and this one with the kids, maybe older kids and then younger kids. But please send in your questions to our Facebook page or below in the notes and the comments, and let's have a question and answer kid style. Peace.